Welcome back, beautiful. I hope you had a great day that ends in Y. You clicked on this video because you thought, damn, he might be right. Or, I can't wait to see how wrong he is. But, if you've ever watched an episode of Avatar, you can tell the blatant westernization aesthetics, clothing, and etc. for its characters. But true fans of anime and Avatar can tell that Aang's group looks a lot like a cast of another anime, Fully Cooley. Despite only having 6 episodes, Fully Cooley managed to capture the attention of many because of its compelling story and action. Both Brian and Michael, Avatar's creators, have admitted that Fully Cooley had a full influence on the show's animation and character design. Furthermore, Avatar's director stated that Fully Cooley was required for reviewing for the cast and crew during the show's production. I dare you to walk down the street and ask anyone to name an Avatar villain. Chances are, if they're older than 20, they're going to say Azula, and if they're younger than 20, they're going to say Zahir from Legend of Korra. These are not your typical cartoon evil characters. Brian and Michael even stated this in an interview. They wanted this to be the case. Fans will recall that the film presents of gods of the forest and people who seek to exploit them for economic gain. The antagonists in Avatar are those just like in Princess Mononoke. They're only evil because of competing goals with the heroes. Their perspectives and even their history strike a chord with readers and practical philosophies. Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke's storytelling and emotional depth were significant influences. After the witch Yubaba turns Totoro's parents into pigs, she is then forced to work for her, and somebody definitely needs to call CPS. She is actively seeking a solution to break the curse and turn her pig parents into human parents again. Interestingly enough, the core themes of fantasy and environmentalism in the Miyazaki pictures remain unchanged. During the travel, Totoro meets what she believes to be humans, but they're actually elemental spirits. It's important to note that the spirits inside Spirited Away and the spirits inside Avatar aren't just things, they're metaphors and ideas. Shinichiro Watanabe, the creator of Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, would be recommended to anyone who wants a gripping plot and a narrative story drive. After all, Cowboy Bebop's neo-noir space western and Samurai Champloo's alternative Edo era in Japan are both exciting twists on the typical anime scene. The fight scenes of these two series, though, are what makes it stand out. Thus, it should be no surprise that the Avatar animators made it almost similar. In addition, they are emulating Watanabe's unique technique for combat scenes with fluid and interchangeable scenes between characters. This reflects on their real world realism, which Watanabe championed at. Now, who could forget about our favorite animal, Appa? Without a doubt, he is the most well known Avatar character in the entire universe. The fact that you can ride a 6-legged flying bison manatee thing defies all logic. Nonetheless, he is ever so important to the cast. Those who have noticed striking similarities between Appa and the cactus bust in Miyazaki's My Neighbor Totoro are correct. A bison manatee hybrid floating by are almost exactly the same. Like, this idea is developed by them being able to depend on Appa just like they're able to depend on the cactus bus. But enough about the bus. Let's talk about the unfortunate Cabbage Man. The sweet, sweet, sweet Cabbage Man. He is without a doubt the most collateral damage person in all of anime. We get this recurring figure due to one of the designers who is infatuated with Cowboy Bebop. To get by with the neo-noir western space and dystopia future, Spike Spiegel and his team resort to various and menial tasks. Like, they really don't have to do a bunch of shit that they do, but yet they still do it. Although it is funny, you still see how the parallels, how every time that Aang or Spike do something, it's always gonna involve either the Cabbage Dude or Cabbage Man and the 3 old men. These are both great supporting characters, and as a result for their efforts, they've also become well known, even though they're not by the main cast. As we jump into the second scene, we follow Jet and his freedom fighters as they attempt to free Earth Kingdom from the occupation of the Fire Nation. Jet's innate rogue charm smites even Katara. Trifling. She is trifling. Even though unhappy Jet is left up in the air near the end of the season, some viewers of Cowboy Bebop may see the similarities between Jet and the show's main anime, Spike Spiegel. Like, they look a lot alike. Despite their vastly different personalities, but the individuals' mysterious personalities, in the end, seem way too similar just for chance. Although it hasn't been officially stated, I personally feel that Jet was entirely inspired by Spike. In shonen anime, we always have tournaments. It's whether for love, loss, power, there's a bunch of things, but you always have to consider the opponent's abilities. A tournament is a terrific opportunity to let characters display their quote unquote secret powers or develop them correctly. Even if you boil things down to a simple brawl, it's more accessible to a flow than a linear story. Therefore, it is not always surprising when Avatar borrows elements from this known anime cliche. Avatar's brief participation in the Airbender tournament, where he meets Toph, is a direct reference to this trope. In addition to this, in Legend of Korra, they have a pro bending league. Like, it was the first official tournament of the major arc. Writers behind these tournaments may not have explicitly cited that anime as an influence, but it definitely seems like they taken their time to do their research. The TV show, however, uses frequent recaps to fill in viewers, something that almost every anime does. It's common for stories to do something before they're getting up to fight the big bad guy or something serious. It's also a help people to understand the climaxes once they're done with the meat and potatoes of the story. Gundam Seed, for instance, has two recap episodes that set up the stage and the stakes. But even the Avatar didn't require a strict recap. They do like a little play with Fire Nation to elaborate what happened all of season 2 going into season 3. And it was probably the worst play because Toph looked like a grown ass man. No, she was played. If I remember correctly, she was played by someone stronger than the boulder. I'm missing something important, and that is the beach episode. The beach episode is a staple of every anime. It doesn't matter if it's a romance, horror, action. Every single anime, I can name a few that don't, have one beach episode. It is a great way to appease the fans, and it is a great way to know that they are still somewhat human. Sometimes the story also benefits their personalities and help them develop. In some animes, it receives so much as a comic relief. Granted, Avatar didn't need a beach episode, but they still focused on it. And then what they decided to do is go with Zuko and his pals on their adventures, which were probably one of the best episodes. Avatar The Last Airbender, the anime, shows more of a human side to villains like Zuko and his sisters on this trip. This episode serves a purpose to give the thoughts and progression of Zuko and his choices through his times of grieving and having a deeper understanding of this character. If you didn't like the beach episode, you're just on crack. From the above reason, it's evident that Avatar The Last Airbender is definitely an anime. Truthfully, Avatar the anime is probably one of the best. It gets a 9.5 out of all ratings. It's on par with the likes of Code Geass, Dragon Ball, and Attack on Titan. I'd even put it on par or even a bit ahead of Bleach and One Piece. That's why Avatar The Last Airbender is my favorite anime. If you stayed this long, you enjoy it. If you think I'm wrong, you think my opinion's dog shit, just like your favorite anime, make sure you tell me that in the comments. Remember to get that good karma. Remember to enjoy your day. Remember to stay goofy and stay hydrated. I love you.